Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I have a special topic for you. Let abundance finally flow to you. The abundance code. What is the abundance code? We'll be talking about practical abundance habits that will shift your life to live more freely, to live more joyfully, and to tap into the flow of abundance, to plug yourself to the flow of abundance. If you look around yourself, you may notice that when you find abundant people, they live their lives completely differently than people who are staying in lack. Have you noticed that? They live completely differently, but it's actually hard to find real abundant people, because real abundant people are abundant with joy, abundant with health, abundant with finances, abundant with creativity. And it's not easy to find those kind of people. So today I will share with you 11 habits that will help you to become abundant, to plug yourself to the flow of abundance. This is something I've started doing in 2017, and it completely transformed my life. I'm still doing all of that because that's how we stay in the state of the abundance flow. So often we associate abundance with money, but abundance is associated with value. When we notice the value of something, we start appreciating the price of it. That's why abundance is all about value. When you start valuing yourself more, you will start to feel more abundant. When you start valuing your health more, you will start to treat yourself with greater care, right? And that's what will make you feel more abundant, because finally you're nurturing yourself the way you deserve to be nurtured, right? When you start valuing your mind more, you will start feeding your mind with abundance, something that can actually raise yourself beyond survival. So before we start, I want to read to you a short message, something I write every single day and post it on my Instagram page, AttractPassion. You can go there, check it out, give me a follow, you can write me a message. So today's message goes like that. As you are persisting positive changes in your life, you may have experienced many tough moments until now, but all those breakdowns are leading to a breakthrough. There is no turning back from here. You're beginning to thrive and becoming the more authentic version of yourself. Keep opening your grateful heart and do more of what brings you a generous sense of inner tranquility and joy. Unexpected miracles are finding you as you read this. You deserve everything. So my friend, if that resonates with you, hit the like button, because it helps the algorithms so this message can reach more people. Subscribe to this channel if you find it helpful and valuable. It helps so much. Thank you for that, and let's go on. So ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus said once, "Not what we have, but what we enjoy constitutes our abundance." Not what we have, but what we enjoy, right? Which basically means that things are meaningless until we know how to enjoy them. Life is meaningless if we don't know how to enjoy it. There's nothing if we have a lot of money but no joy in our hearts. There's nothing. It's this life, we need to find meaning, right? We need to find a great sense of joy. So the first abundance habit is to make your personal and spiritual growth a priority. Make your personal and spiritual growth a priority. Why? Because it will make you a wiser, more helpful, and more valuable person. So when you become wiser, more helpful, more practical, more valuable, you will naturally keep discovering things you could share with others. You can monetize those things. Actually, people will come to you and they will want to support you. They will want to buy stuff from you because they find value in it. That's what will make you feel abundant. Another thing I want to say, this video will not make you abundant in 1 day or 2 days, or sometimes people are promising things like that. I want to help you to create your life abundant eventually and sustainably, right? So shifting our energy, by shifting our habits, by shifting our mindset, by shifting our attitude will help us to create a sustainable, abundant lifestyle. Don't waste your time with things and people you don't even like, at places that don't feed your creativity and potential success. This is just something you need to know, so make your personal and spiritual growth a priority. Make sure that every single day you wake up with enthusiasm to learn something new, to grow. Make sure that you have a book somewhere close to you, that you're looking up every single day to read something from it. That you feel enthusiastic, oh, today I'm looking forward to read something new, to learn something new from there. Make sure that you have practices that can help you to uplift your spirit every single day, so you can make your personal and spiritual growth a priority. Never stop learning. Read about any subjects that can help you to improve your health and well-being, your communication skills, your relationships, your natural talents and financial attitude. Never stop learning that. Because you will notice it's not about removing limiting beliefs, it's about installing new knowledge and making it so interesting that the old information is outdated. It's not necessary anymore. So naturally you will start thinking those new thoughts. Those new information will become your new mindset. Right? Stop complicating stuff like how to let go of this, how to erase this. Start learning new, useful stuff, and it will make you more helpful, more practical, more meaningful, more valuable person. The second abundant habit is invest. Stop overspending. I will not give you investment advices because I'm not a financial advisor, but I can tell you, if you invest in yourself, you will forever be abundant. If you invest in yourself. So what it means, when I've started painting, I had no money. I was making my own canvases out of whatever I found at my home because I had no money to buy canvases. I bought the cheapest possible colors, and I still have some of those first paintings at my home. Later my paintings started selling for thousands of euros, but at the beginning, or dollars. But at the beginning, I was making them out of nothing. But every time I've sold a certain painting for almost no money, I've invested back into materials, back into better canvases, later into equipment, into cameras, into computers, and so on. So I'm able to do what I'm doing. I've invested into knowledge, into books, into teachers, into anything that I knew that can help me grow, right? So stop just focusing what's the best asset to invest, because the best asset is yourself. Invest in yourself and stop overspending. Rather, think about, will this help me to become a better person when the next time you're buying something? Will this help me to become a better person? Will this help me to become more abundant, more successful, whatever it is? This is the second habit. Stop overspending and invest rather, right? There's a wise advice I've received long time ago, probably 10 years ago. I received an advice like, always put 10% of your money aside and have it for any backup, for security, but make sure you don't spend it. 10% of any income. I've started doing that, and I've noticed in few years there was a lot of money. And when you put 10% aside, you don't even know that you've put something aside, right? And at some point in the future, an opportunity may find you and you can use it. You can have it. Or when something breaks down, you know you have something aside. So stop overspending. This is something truly important. The third habit that will make you abundant, that will plug you to the flow of abundance, the abundance code, is to live beyond survival. Live beyond survival. We are used to being stressed, in anxiousness about the future, what will happen, but we don't fully understand how this inner system works, right? We're constantly being triggered by so many different information that feeds our fear, so we would feel anxious about what may happen. But abundant people have an abundance of joy in their hearts, which helps them to channel their creativity into useful and helpful things that can help solve the problems of society, right? So if you're wondering how to go beyond the survival, we have so many tools now. We have tools in psychology, we have tools in psychiatry, we have tools that are coming out of ancient spiritual practices. We have tools now that are coming from energy psychology and neuroplasticity and neuroscience, powerful meditations that can help you to calm down your anxious brain and tap into the createful alpha brainwave frequency that will help you to channel creativity and creative ideas so you can use them and make something out of your life. So you've most probably heard about the Jose Silva method, a great method that will help you to get into the alpha brainwave frequency, theta brainwave frequency. Joe Dispenza is teaching a lot about that, right? Dr. Bruce Lipton is talking a lot about how to reprogram your subconscious mind, shift your belief systems. Greg Braden is talking about that a lot. We can find so much of that. To me, what helped me the most was to structure a routine of meditation. So I'm meditating for a long time, and for me right now it's easy to calm myself down and to get into the creative state where I receive ideas for my paintings, ideas for my videos. But if you're a beginner here, I would prefer to study the work of Jose Silva, for example, the Silva method. There's also a book, I think, Silva method. Study it a little bit. Actually read about certain success stories that transformed people's lives. It will help you to raise yourself beyond the state of survival. You will notice that actually most people are in survival because they don't know that it's possible to live a different life. You need to pull yourself out of that rat race and actually notice that it's about joy. What I've noticed in my life, I'm the most creative when I'm the most joyful. So I needed to build my life around joy. I needed to start doing more things I love to do, right? So make daily joyful activities also a priority. Make sure that you're doing something you're joyful about. If that's going outside into the nature, if you're joyful about it, go more often. And question things like how to solve this problem. Your mind works so powerfully. When you use an intention, it will guide you to an answer. It will guide you to where you want to go. When you use questioning, it will lead you to powerful answers. When you're facing with a certain problem, like a financial problem, for example, start questioning how to solve it, not out of survival, out of creativity. And to be more creative, you need to be more joyful, right? So do more things that bring you joy and stop feeding yourself with constant fearful stuff, because it is not helping you to grow. It is just keeping you safe in the box of constant tension, of anger and fear and frustration and so on. Go outside of it. The fourth habit that will plug you to the abundance flow is focus on solutions instead of problems in the world. See what kind of people or see what kind of problem you could solve with your natural abilities, and get obsessed with finding practical solutions. The better you get at it, the more valuable you become. Eventually you will find a way to monetize it. It's just how it works. Firstly, you need to become good at something, then you will naturally start thinking how to help people with whatever you've become good at, right? There's many artists in this community, and many people are often wondering how to make a living out of it. But ask yourself, how can I solve problems on the world, in society, with what I know? It's a different question that will bring you to much better answers. If you're a good painter and you don't know how to make money with it, you could, there's so many people who would like to learn to paint because it helps them to channel their stress. But they don't know how to paint, so they never start. I've met so many people like that. And all they are searching for is somebody who could teach them how to paint, how to use colors. What's the meaning of colors? Why they feel naturally drawn to certain specific colors? How to use certain techniques, and so on. You can start making videos about it, and it may take you few months, maybe few years, but if you start today, eventually you will make a living out of what you love to do. But you need to start somewhere. You need to start asking better questions to yourself. Focus on solutions instead of problems in the world, and study people who are doing already what you want to do, because you will notice in them a potential that before was invisible for you. Focus on solutions. That's what abundant people are doing. That's the habit of abundant people. They're not worrying. They focus, okay, how to fix that. The world is kind of falling apart. The new world is emerging. But in between, there's a lot of chaos. How to fix the chaos, right? That's the feminine energy bringing higher order to all the masculine systems that are craving updates, right? And feminine energy is creative energy, so you need to tap into your inner creativity. You need to open your heart, right? And focus on solutions. The fifth habit, abundance habit, is be driven by meaning, not money. That's what abundant people are doing. Be driven by meaning, not money. You will become much better at anything if you're driven by meaning rather than just money. If we're driven by money, well, it's okay, it can help us to make some money. But as psychologists are saying, as soon as we make enough of money to pay everything off, to have enough to buy anything we need, we'll start to lose the drive, the motivation. But if we're driven by meaning, we'll always find something meaningful to do, something meaningful to share, something meaningful to create, right? So focus on meaning. Focus on what brings you meaning. So what it means, what makes you feel like this is truly meaningful to do. Like for me, making these videos, it's just something that is really, that I know it's helpful, and that brings me meaning. I'm helping people. It's meaningful for me. But I was never so focused on how many people I can reach with that. I never thought I will be reaching millions of people. But when I've learned a new skill, whatever I've learned, or I was dealing with certain sadness or whatever it was, and I found a tool, I've overcame it, I said, well, I want to share this with others. It brought meaning to my life, right? So focus on what brings you meaning and do more of it. Start thinking more of how could you help others with what brings meaning to your life. Whatever it is, you will see this is truly, truly powerful. And the next one, the sixth one, is to have clear financial goals and vision. This is something that I often remind you about. Have clear financial goals and vision. But why it is so important? Because if we don't have a vision for the future, we'll be controlled by the memories of the past. And if our memories of the past are all about, lack, never having enough, then we will never feel enthusiastic about the future. We'll say like, it's just not for me, it just doesn't work for me, right? Change doesn't happen by choice, right? By chance, it happens by choice. So you need to choose to see a life in a different way. That's how you choose to create new financial goals. If now you're making that amount of money, let's double it. Let's double it for the next year, or for how you see yourself in 3 years. When it comes to finances, you need to see yourself in more years in the future. Like, maybe you don't believe that in the next few months you can make a difference. But what about in the next few years, if you start today? Something that I've started doing a long time ago again, I've started writing down how much money I'm making each month. I have a practice of, I call it 21-21. I'm doing 21 sentences for 21 days. That's something I'm doing when I'm reprogramming my subconscious mind. And I was writing like, I'm making this amount of money each month for 21 times, for 21 days. And then I put it somewhere and I forget about it. But what's funny, few years later, I found this writings, and I've noticed, well, I'm making that exact amount of money. So when I've noticed that, I said, well, let's increase it. And I've increased that, and in few years, I've started making that amount of money. That's how powerful you are. So you need to have clear financial goals and vision, and keep visualizing it. Don't wait, when it will happen, because right now maybe you're struggling. As long as you're focusing on solutions and feeding your mind with information that can help you, you're actually rising beyond like a phoenix. So see yourself being that kind of a phoenix, right? The 7th abundance habit that will plug you to the flow of abundance, so abundance can finally find you, is practice self-care. Treat yourself like a king or queen, because you deserve that. You just deserve that. Practice self-care. And if you don't know what it means, ask yourself, what do you need? Like, not anything that you could buy, but what do you need for yourself? Do you need to be more active? Do you need to, start working out and you're a bit lazy about it? Do it for yourself. Do you need to meditate more often? Do you need to be in nature, in quietness maybe more often? Provide it to yourself, right? Be kind towards yourself. Forgive. Practice forgiveness. Because your past was hard, but your future doesn't need to be a reflection of your past. In the present moment, you can recreate your life, right? Reinvent yourself. It's your power. And self-care will help you to soften your heart a little bit and notice your worth. Notice how incredible you are. Treat yourself like a king or queen, because you deserve it. The 8th habit, be generous. Give without any expectations of getting anything in return. The universe always rewards those who are generous, those who give. Don't give out of scarcity, give out of gratitude. And be a helpful participant in the family of humanity, right? Give out of gratitude. Every time you give something, every time you buy something, do it out of gratitude. Practice this. This is something that I've also started practicing a long time ago. Every time I buy something, especially when I was struggling with finances in the past, buying something like groceries or something, or paying bills it always triggered a certain stress level within me. But then I've started training my body that every time I'm buying something or paying something, I awaken gratitude, like I'm so thankful that I can afford this. I'm so grateful that I can pay this right now. I'm so grateful that I can do it, that I can support this. Learn to be generous. It's a virtue of being generous, and it's an incredible habit that will put you into the abundance flow. The 9th habit is be intentional always. Know why you're doing whatever you're doing. The biggest problem in society is that people live completely unintentionally. They don't even know why they're doing what they're doing, why they're sitting behind of TV screens, allowing those things to program their minds with whatever they perceive. They don't even know why they're doing that. So live your life intentionally. I always know why am I doing what I'm doing. I'm living intentionally. I want to grow. So when I do something new, I'm doing with an intention of learning something new. I want to learn something new. I want to find a solution to my current challenge. I want to overgrow this habit. I want to become I want to evolve my personality or whatever it is. I want to be more grounded. I'm becoming more grounded, right? Know why you're doing whatever you're doing. When it comes to finances, be intentional. Be intentional. I'm learning so I can become more valuable, right? So I can have something valuable to share. That's why I want to grow. And the 10th abundance habit. Keep your wealth mindset sharp and pure. This is so important. Your mind is your garden. Remember that ancient quote, don't chase the butterflies. Take care of your inner garden and butterflies will come by itself, right? And if your mind is a garden, when you take care of the garden or taking care of the garden, you don't go to a certain city person asking that person for an advice how to plant your seeds. You go to somebody who's wise at that, right? Don't ask poor people for financial wisdom, because they will not give it to you. They will give you more limiting beliefs about what money is actually not, right? So keep your wealth mindset sharp and pure. Look at your mind as the garden. What is not belonging there should not be there, right? So erase false money beliefs by rewriting your financial story. Because money is a psychological and emotional story. It exists only in our minds. And when we start learning more helpful story about money, we recognize, well, it's not actually a bad thing. Actually, it can help me to feel much better, to buy things that I need. It can help me to help my family. It can help me to give money to people in need, right? It can help me to solve problems on the world. So it's not a bad thing. But if we are still holding on to an old story, we may not be able to change it for the better if we're not learning a better story. But you need to forgive to your past, maybe to your parents, to your ancestors, for feeding you with false financial ideas. Forgive them. Don't be hard on yourself, because it may be hard to change something. As I said at the beginning, make your personal and spiritual growth a priority. Keep learning about anything. Read books about finances, something that can actually help you, like Think and Grow Rich, for example, by Napoleon Hill. Read those books. You will notice there's a whole another story to money, something you've never heard before. And when it comes to finances, find people who can be an example of that, of what you want to learn, right? You may see politics And that's why you may have a negative story about money and taxes and everything. But if you actually find someone who's a truly beautiful example of how great it is to be financially free, you will start creating a new story that will override the old one. So letting go doesn't happen by letting something just go. It happens by replacing it for something better, right? Because life is constant motion. And to move means that we need to follow a certain story, because that's how our mind works. We are constantly following certain story. And if we're not replacing it, renewing it with a better one, we'll be following old story. We'll be living an old story. And I just want to remind you to update your story about life, about money, about anything. Keep updating it so it can serve the life you want to live. And the 11th habit, this one is so important to plug you to abundance, is to use things and love people. Dalai Lama once said, people were created to be loved. Things were created to be used. The reason why the world is in chaos is because things are being loved and people are being used, right? And that's why so many people are poor, because they love things, so they are constantly buying new things. And they don't care about people. That's why so many people are poor. When you start loving people and using things, you start asking, like, how can I use what I have to help more people? And it makes you more valuable person, more helpful, right? So use things and love people. Ask yourself, how can I help with what I have to more people? How can I serve to more people with what I have right now? How can I use, I have phone, it's plugged to the internet. How can I use it to help more people, to reach more people, right? Whatever you have, how can you use it to help people because you love people? This is a big difference. This is the shift that needs to become a habit. Use things. Stop constantly buying new stuff just because it looks interesting. Start loving people more. And ask yourself, how can you actually use things to help people? Because you love them, right? So my friends, this is it for today. I hope you found something valuable today. This is, so much of incredible information. It took me some time to prepare this, because I was reflecting my life, like what helped me. So I hope you found some value here. And I hope you found today's painting inspiring. If you would like to get a piece of it, to get a print of it, go and check out our Etsy shop, the shop where we are selling our art, actually my art. It's a shop, I Draw My Passion. You can find the link in the description of this video. Go there, check it out. My friends, till next time, stay beautiful, stay creative, keep up with your abundance habit so you can stay plugged to the flow of abundance. And till next time, one love.